What is up, everybody? JD here. Hope you're doing well today. Got some really fine fixies in to check out this week. Couldn't think of anything to rhyme with fixie. Let's get into it. All right, so we have the Kizer Muskrat in the 154 cm with the butterscotch micarta. I'm so happy to get my own version of this one to have like a more long-term testing of their 154 cm in a fixed blade format. I think for EDC, it's really going to work very well. And then Nitro V, which is a very tough steel. I think a lot of people sleep on Nitro V, especially when treated well. And we're going to test this one out a bunch to really see how well it holds up. But with the cutting and everything that I've done with this one, it has held up very well. Black washed. I like the all blacked out look with the Ultim scales, man. That's just a really sweet combo. This is my favorite way to see Ultim scales on here. But of course, if you don't like the Ultim, it is removable, so you can swap it out. All right, we'll talk about the Muskrat first, since I've had so many of them. This is now my third one. I really like this one. I intentionally avoided throwing the lanyard on there, but I think I am going to long-term throw the lanyard on here. It did come with a very thin, low-profile fold-over sheath that I very much like. I've been just clipping this one to the belt instead of in the pocket, but I think long-term I probably would pick up a pocket clip. Let me see, is it this one? Yeah, this one is the one that I would pick up on this one here if I could find it a little bit smaller. This one here is a little bit longer, so what happens is I can get it to line up with I can't get this one to line up with the hole, I'm sorry. So what I would have to do is kind of work it the same way, go to the bottom and the top there, and that would be how I'd be able to get this one to work. This is my mini harpoon sheath on there, but I love that they did the tan to kind of match that butterscotch micarta, and it does clip in nicely in there. Very easy to get out. It does have a little bit of a thickness to it, but it does come down to a fine tip and a fine edge, so they're able to get it down really, really thin behind the edge, but it's not as thin as slicey as my harpoon. So I did notice it has some thickness to that, but I did feel like they made this so it could potentially do some poking, puncturing, things that you may not normally think of when you think of a pocket EDC. And because it does have this really deep choil in there, it would actually do that very well. And of course, in a pinch, you know, for some quick self-defense, could work for you very well too. Again, it does come to an acute tip, but it's not super thin or brittle. So I think that's what I really like about the Muskrat for everyday tasks. I think it's attractive, small print, and it's going to work really well for you. We're not doing any weights or anything like that. I please encourage you to check out the full reviews if you're interested in that, but we won't be doing that today. And then I didn't spend as much time with the Buddy because it came in a big group in a pass around, and we are kind of limited on the amount of time that we have with those. So I'm glad to have this in hand. I actually really like this a little bit better than the Muskrat. While the Muskrat, I'm able to kind of get 4 fingers on there without the lanyard, I'm able to get 4 fingers on here with the lanyard, but I appreciate that it is a little bit thicker overall. So it feels chunkier in hand. It feels more secure in hand. And I like the downward angle on here. So while the Muskrat is kind of more straight out, the actual little Buddy here, actually angles down, and it kind of helps trap the material. Doesn't feel like you're going to be slipping out as much. A little bit of an overall taller, flatter, thinner grind. So I do feel like this one's a little bit more slicey. So for everyday carry tasks that I perform, I actually found that I liked the Buddy a little bit better. And then that lanyard, I actually would probably use 2 pieces of material and thicken this up a little more, but the lanyard that came on there is good enough. It actually feels like it offers something for the pinky to kind of hold on to, as opposed to the pinky just kind of being out there in no man's land. Now, this one comes with the sheath that I like the least out of the 2. that sandwich style construction, which makes it very tall. I wish it was the fold over, because I would definitely throw a pocket clip on here and throw that down in the pocket. As is the way I've been kind of carrying it, I've just been throwing it on the belt loop and just kind of letting it sit like on the belt on the side, carrying this one while I've carried it to get used to it. But what I'm probably going to do here in the next few days is see if I can kind of get it on these two that are kind of close together, and do a little bit of a scout carry with this one. So I'll be switching up how I'm carrying this one, just to kind of get a sense for how I like that being scout carried on the back. I'm going to do the back first, and then later I'll do the front. But I think this is really great options for EDC. Let's do some size comparisons to the ones that I really like. These two are very comparable in my mind as far as size. The Buddy a little bit more length overall. Sorry, I'm trying to line it up, but my microphone's in the way. Okay, so now so you can see a little bit more length on the back, but the way that the Buddy offers more cutting edge and the Muskrat gives you more of like that finger groove. I think that's why you're able to get a little bit more on there. But the ones that I carry today, just the perfect size for me is the Astronauts Little Buddy. This one at S90V, and then it also came with the pocket clip already on it, which I appreciate, and then it had that fold over style sheath, so very clean, low profile in the pocket. And then we'll show you the sheath here for the Muskrat. So the Muskrat has that fold over style, whereas the sandwich style is on the Buddy. Sorry, I'm getting these all confused, Buddy and Little Buddy. So kind of been my favorite and most carried EDC, and then my second most carried and definitely second favorite out of the two that I've kept in the collection the longest is the Mini Harpoon. This is an absolute laser beam. This feels like a gaming knife. It has gamed me by accident. If you didn't see that video, I am totally at fault for that. Good poon here, and then when you don't need the poon, you kind of grip it, and you can do a lot of breaking down of boxes. And the coating on this one has held up very well. I don't know what they did different with this, but it's 3V steel, so I really like this one a lot. And that one also, I think another reason that I really like carrying it came with that fold over sheath. And you can see I swapped their Tech Lock out for that pocket clip system. So that really works for me. But of these, I would definitely say, of the Kizers that came in, I would definitely say that the Buddy is my personal favorite out of the two, but I have really truly enjoyed my time with the Muskrat. This is my third Muskrat. It's a little bit smaller, so these will probably be something like the Mini Harpoon that would be a rotation I would carry in the summertime. Very lightweight, taking up less space. I kind of wish the Buddy had that fold over sheath. That would work better for me, but on a belt buckle, carrying it scout carry in the summer is going to be nice. I do like that this is a little bit chunkier and a little bit easier to grip onto, but I do appreciate the fact that even though this is just barely 3.5 fingers for me, I can throw a stubby lanyard on here and it would work really well. But I am curious to see, which one do you like model wise? I know some people are not going to like the Ultim, and I totally get that. No big deal. I get why. They have other options and they're a lot of fun. But which one is your favorite? Which one are you picking? I will have those links in the description below. They help the channel when you use them, but that's totally up to you. Special shout out and thanks to my channel members. You guys are awesome. I appreciate all the love and support you guys give to the channel with your memberships. Those things like that are what allow the channel to continue to go. All right, that's it for me today. I'm out of here. I appreciate you hanging out with me today. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.